Good morning, Calgary. Whoa, that was cold. I am walking over to the oval, day one of CanAm. So I have some of my American friends up here. Some from Milwaukee. That's a lot of snow. Some from Milwaukee. Some from Salt Lake. There's a big drift. But yeah. Some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces. So it should be fun, should be good. Both of my pairings look to be good ones today. I feel like they can both push me. Well, they're probably both going to be changed anyway, but the 500 pairing should be really good. I made a toothpaste flavored bagel because I brushed my teeth before I left. So, yeah, just gonna head over, get my warm-up done, get in the zone for racing, and just go have some fun. Big thing I've tried to, oh my goodness, that's cold. One big thing I've tried to focus on lately is just enjoying everything and then letting the results come from that instead of focusing so much on the results and then having a ton of pressure on myself and then not meeting that expectation. So yeah, just gonna try and put it all together. Have a few things I want to focus on in my races, and we'll see where that takes me. And here we are at the start of 501, racing Max Halleck here. His PB is slightly faster than mine, but I have him in the season's best, so I know this is going to be a good race. Should be a good pairing. I'm just really focusing on getting low off the opener, getting my hips over in the corner, and then pushing around the corner with my left foot because I was having some troubles in practice where my foot was kind of slipping backwards. So here you'll see where the pushing down off the line will help. So off the start, some very short, choppy strides as you expect, but just trying to get into some smoother skating like that. And then this entry here, I just next time want to glue that arm straight onto my back instead of swinging it for the first two. I'm happy with building down this back straight. I get a little bit of draft off of Max, which is helpful. And I'm just trying to set this corner up deep like I did. Didn't quite get my hips over enough, which you'll see cost me here as I swing out super wide. If I could just stay on the track, I'll probably save myself a tenth or two here. So across the line, not quite a PB, but I'm pretty close, so I'm very happy with that. And obviously places to improve. And then we'll go right into the 1,000 here. And my entire focus on this 1,000 was just to build the first lap as hard as I could. So super hard off the line. I'm right on my PB opener when I come around here. It'll be a 17.3. So really building that first corner, 2 arms down this first straightaway. Really build this speed up, set up a good entry here. Get on my lean, push hard. You'll see Zach Edelman and Eric Orlowski here coming around because it is a quartet. But yeah, my goal is just to build this first lap. So when the camera switches back over to me, you'll see that I'm still really pushing to get around this corner to build it up this speed. And then I knew it was going to hurt, obviously, with 1 to go. So the goal here was just keep my hips down because I find my technique stays solid when I keep my hips down. So I came up a little bit here, obviously, to keep the foot speed. But I think if I can just work in practice to keep my hips down more, then that'll pay off in the 500 and the 1,500. So you can see here, I'm really starting to hurt. That knee angle is starting to come up, but just giving it everything I can coming around this corner. And I'll cross the line for not quite a PB, but a good race that I'm happy with. All righty. My hat is totally not on straight, but it's a good morning. Walking over to the oval right now. It is chilly. I believe it's negative 16 or negative 18 right now. So I'm gonna have to make this quick because I'm not wearing a glove on this hand. But yesterday was good. Had 2 good races. I was really happy with them. A few things to improve on for the next 2. The nice thing is the 2 races I did yesterday, I have another 500 today and another 1,000 tomorrow. So the little things I want to work on, I have another opportunity to instead of having to wait until the next competition. So that's a huge positive. I'm super excited for that. Switching hands because this thing's freezing. But yeah, and then after the 500 today, I have the 1500. And my only real goal in the 15 is to just go out fast enough, because the past couple times I've done it, I've tried to go out hard and then settle into the race, and I ended up opening really fast, so still putting a lot of sting in my legs, like not setting myself up well to not drop a lot, but then not carrying that speed through. So the goal today is to do a 26 first lap, whether that's a 26.0 or a 26.5. As long as it's not like a 26.8 or a 26.9, I'm happy. So that's the goal for today in the 15. And then just hold on to that, see what I can do. Because if I'm going about a second a lap too slow on my first lap, and then I drop 2 seconds either way, and that could be a lot of time throughout the race. So we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. But even with going in harder, I can afford to die more and still PB. So that's the goal. Just want to skate well. Try not to drop my phone. But yeah, just want to skate well, execute the things that I've written down, and I'm just going to go do that. So see you tomorrow. All right, here we are. The start of the 1500 on Saturday. So here we are. As I just mentioned in the previous video, my goal is to just go out as hard as I can. So you can see I'm on the outer lane here, and I'm just working hard. Had to turn off the subtitles there on the screen recording. But yeah, really working it, doing the best I can. A good entry there. Really pushing hard through this, because the goal is just to build as much speed. My focus was staying low and pushing through these corners, building the corners, to try and do a 26 for the first lap. So you can see here I'm really working it. My goal was to be at top speed coming out of that corner. So right here, I wanted to be at my top speed. So I'm feeling good, looking smooth. Just trying to set up every corner entry well like that. I was pretty happy with that. Got my hip over well. Slight improvement. Was able to take that from the 500 and bring it into the 15. So I was really happy with that. That was a PB opener there, 23.89. My previous opener was a 24.2 or 24.3. And then 26.5 first lap is exactly what I was going for. So you can see here I'm starting to hurt. Similar focus to the 1,000. I wanted to really keep my hips down when I started to hurt. So still have a lap and a half to go, and it's starting to burn. So just trying to hold my technique together the best I can. So here we go. We see a lot of Ryan Gibson and Ian Frederick here. Ryan had a great race. But in the other corner right now, I'm suffering. Connor Waters is catching up to me. I did a 28.8 second lap, so it's a 2.3 second drop. So more than I would have liked, but that's the price you pay when you go faster, and that I knew that was going to happen. I just wanted to go for it. So you can see here, Connor is catching up to me. I have the inner lane, so I have the distance advantage there, but really struggling into the line. And Connor has this huge surge of energy. I can hear him coming up beside me, so helped sort of push me into the line. But there we go. A 150.44 was a PB by 1.3 seconds. So really happy with that. Phil's happy on the backstraight. I'm going to come around, give him a nice high five, and then get on to the next day. One final good morning to you for this CanAm weekend. Sunday, I have the 1,000 and the 5,000 today. So it's going to be my first time skating the 5,000 in almost a year, since the Canadian Junior Championships last December in Fort St. John. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited for it. But before that, I have 1,000. So that's the main focus. Excuse me, is the race that I'm good at, or better at. Or at least I'd say a 111 is probably better than a 727. So the goal today is to make both of those better. I feel like I had a good race on Friday in the 1,000. A few things to build off of. Good speed though, good opener. I just need to either work on my fitness to hold on better, or just push through it a little better, hold my technique together a little more, that should hopefully bring my drop lower than the 2 seconds that it was on Friday, and then I'll be in the right spot to do well, get a PB. Maybe not breaking the 110s this weekend, but at least put me on track for that. So that's the goal in the 1,000. Again, just to skate well and have fun with it too. I can't take these competitions too seriously, or else it stops being fun. And that's kind of why I'm doing the 5K. It was a race that I wanted to do because I felt good in practice on our lap days. So I was like, you know what? Let me try the 5K. It's been a while, and to be honest, my current personal best is atrocious for a 19-year-old male, considering I skated basically at the same time when I was 16. So I was hoping that the ice would be good for distance. It's cold, so there could be a lot of glide, but air pressure's high, so you never know. It could be like skating in Quebec, but probably not. So anyway, I'm just gonna go out there in the 5K, try and hold 33.5s, and do everything I can to not blow up. So let's go do it. All right, here we are. This will be 1,000 number 2 on Sunday morning. I'm racing Max Poulin here, so this should be a good pair. I was excited for it, focusing on just going off hard off the line and building my first lap as much as I can. Same sort of idea as the 1,500 the day before. It had gone well, so you can see really pushing hard along that straightaway, trying to get into the flow of things, get some good pressure in these corners, build hard, build the exits. Watching Luca Vieman and Bon Low here. But yeah, building 17.29 is a PB opener, faster than what I had done on Friday, so I was super happy with that. Still building, feeling strong with 1 to go. And then with 1 to go, my only focus was just try and keep those hips down the same way I tried to do that in the 1,500. So really pushing here, trying to build as much as I can. But next time you see me, you'll see that I'm really starting to hurt. So just need to really work on this fitness, because here I was skating around this corner and I look over and I just see Max flying by me. So my last lap will be a 28.1 here. I did a 25.8 first lap, which was a PB lap by about 0.2 of a second. So I was super happy with that. And it ended up being a PB race, so I was very happy with that. And here we are, start of the 5,000 meter later that day. So this was about 2:30 p.m., 3 or 4 hours after the 1,000. So I had a lot of time to think about the race, watch some other races, all of the 3,000s, all of the other 1,000s. So really just tried to enjoy the oval, enjoy the entire experience, and have a good day. Some goals for this race that I had set were just a basic time goal was try and settle into 33.3 to 33.5 second laps. So you'll see here, I opened 21.08 for my 200 meter split. So taking it really easy. This is the same 200 meter split that I did in the 1,000, which was a 17.2. So a huge step off the gas here, but racing Sammy here. So I'm just trying to stay smooth and race my own race. You can see I only did 6 straightaway strides there. So coming around here, when I come by the coaches, Phil is on me right away to start doing 8. So you'll see about halfway down this straightaway right here, my tempo starts to increase, where I switch to do 8 straightaway strides. And that's what I'll do for pretty much the rest of the race until it gets to the end and I'm trying to build it down and I start getting a little tired. But really to stay on. So that was a 31.6 second lap, which is a little fast, and then this will be a 32.8. So I was really just trying to slow it down, ease back off, because I knew I couldn't hold that for an entire 12 laps. So just trying to find that 33 pace, and when I was there, I just wanted to keep focusing on taking a small left step in the corners so that I wasn't cutting off my lean and I could keep getting pressure, because I find in the previous races, the previous distance races that I've done,
if I'm taking just a little bit too large of a step on my left foot here, then I just entirely cut off my lean and it's not in line with the rest of my body. So then I just get tired a lot faster because of that. But there we are, a 33.4. That's right where I want to be. And at this point in the race, I'm starting to settle in. I'm starting to get into the groove of things. This next lap coming up, I think, will be about the exact same. It should be a 33.40. So within 200ths. So I'm really happy with the consistency through these middle 4 laps. So this is where, when I was doing those same laps, I almost didn't register that they were happening. So then the next time I had looked up at the lap board, I thought I had done about 4 laps and I had 4 to go, I believe. So that was a big change compared to the last time I did one, where I felt like I had been skating for 4 laps and I looked up and I still had 10 to go. So I'd been going for 2.5. So I'm super happy with this race. It's good. Probably the only 5K I'll be skating for a while, but we're going to see a lot of the other skaters, which I guess is a good time to talk about my goals going into the rest of the year. So in a month or so, I'll be in Quebec City for Canada Cup 1. And, you know, based on this weekend here, I felt like it was a strong showing for me, and I think there's a lot to build off of. So obviously in my 1500 and my 1000, I hit new fastest laps, but then my drop was larger than in my previous PBs. So I really want to work to improve that. So I'm sure I'll be doing a lot of biking, a lot of intervals and stuff like that to get myself into that scenario where I can be a little fitter so that I'm not going to drop 2.3. And even if I only drop 2, I've already made up so much time there. And then that'll put me in the 149s and in the 110s. So I'd be super happy with that. I'd like to do those times. It's always hard to know with Quebec City. There we are, a 33.5 was my last lap there, and then a 33.8. So I start to lose a little bit, so I'm going to have to start building here again. So I try and get back on it. You can see I'm starting to hurt, and I'm starting to increase my tempo a little bit. But yeah, going back to Quebec City, I really think that I can do well there. It's hard to know what it will be in terms of personal bests and times, because Calgary is one of the few rinks in the world that is at altitude. So it's a fast rink, and, you know, it's hard to beat PBs that are set in Calgary because of that. And the ice is also very good. They have an amazing operations team that does a great job with the ice. This competition, CanAm, was a week after the World Cup there, where the ice had been the best it'll probably be all year, except for maybe finale. So you can see here I'm really starting to try and build it at a 33.6 off of that 33.8. And I'll come around here. This is the 4 to go where I see the lap, and I realize that I can do it. And I've been on the pace the whole time. So you can see I'm really starting to fight. The tempo is really coming up. I'm super grateful to have some of my teammates. They stuck around and they were watching and cheering me on. So that was really nice to have. And every time I was going by, it's a little boost. On one side, I have my coach, and on the other side, I have my friends acting as fans for me to keep me going. So that was always really nice to have. There you go, a 32.8, so I negative split down. And this next one will be a 32.7. So really splitting and going for it. And then I realized I went a little too hard, and I'm starting to hurt here a lot. But just to finish up on some goals for Quebec, not sure entirely what the times will convert to, but if I can hold myself to just be 2-second drops or better, then I know that when I come back to Calgary, those 2-second drops will stay the same. Ideally in Quebec, I would love to do a 110, a 149, and PB my 500, whatever that might be. But if that's not possible, just to improve those drops and put myself in a position where when I come back to Calgary and I race Winter Classic, I know that if I can just do the same lap times that I've done this past weekend and hold the drops that I hold in Quebec, then I'll be on pace for a PB. But obviously, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the PB. It's a big competition, so I really want to try for that. I'm here coming around on my last lap. So to do that, I'm just, a lot of biking, want to work on my 500 and just keep getting stronger. But here I am fighting into the line. You can see Denis was back there. He was yelling at me, and then the live stream is going to glitch out there. And you see now my time registers 33.5 last lap for a 6:59.31, which was a 28-second PB. So I was super happy with that. You'll see I come around. My hands were up there. I'm going to give Phil a big high five and then basically be stuck with my hands on my legs, about to pass out for the next few laps. Thank you for watching. That was my CanAm weekend.